Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Formula Virtual Racing. We are here tonight at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia, in Montemelo, Barcelona, for round number 2 of the Formula Virtual Racing season. We're here, it is season number 7, and we are getting ready to go. Legend Rosenberg won the opening round in Austria in the Red Bull Ring. He is not here tonight, folks. We are in for an absolute belter of a race, and joining alongside me for what should be a cracking Grand Prix, it is Brendan. How are you doing?
Into the gravel at
I've just seen Tim Wenting send his Haas in the exact same manner. He's gone round at turn number 3. Tim returning tonight, and not how we'd like to do. Oh, Jack Redmond's gone as well at turn number 3. I think these drivers are figuring out that that corner is not quite just flat.
I was taking it fairly flat.
On your first lap, though, not really. At the end, you could kind of push it.
Well, yeah, I suppose that is a fair enough assessment.
Anyways, back to the main point, Brendan. How are you doing?
I'm actually doing very good this evening. Spain is actually a track I kind of like now, more so, maybe from personal experience, but sure. Spain is a track which gives you all sorts of challenges. High speed is sector 1, the medium speed is sector 2, and then obviously low speed sector 3.
Yes, for the first time in Brendan's racing career, he became a competent driver and managed to pick up a podium last night in the Formula Virtual Racing Academy race. So we say well done to Brendan. It wasn't a podium that he gained because everyone else had penalties. It was genuine pace. And the man who won that race was Lewis McWilliam, who has just gone with a 17th lap in qualifying. That's a good lap for the McLaren.
That's already matched his FVR time from last night.
No, he was quicker. Oh no, sorry, he wasn't quicker. It was in our partnership league, Torpedo League, where he was the quicker lap. Of course, make sure to check out Torpedo League, but we are better. I'm going to get my small comment in. But let's back to the qualifying anyways. Jake Marsh looking strong around the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. He has gone almost with a similar lap to Lewis. He's only 0.077 behind Thomas Main. Very quick tonight for the Mercedes outfit. No Luke Davies joining him this evening. Well, there's no other driver joining him this evening in that Mercedes, but Thomas Main has good pace, and we've been told by his teammate Luke to keep an eye on him, and that is Liam Houseman into the barriers. That is turn 10. And he has gone around in. We can see one of the Haas's passing him now. That is the Haas of Tim Wenting. But Liam Houseman has taken a tip round, and you will see a lot of spinners here tonight, folks. It is a fairly difficult circuit. And Tyler Davison returns for his arch-rivals team from last season. It's Red Bull Racing, but he currently has no wing, currently has no wheel. It's a pad appearance for Tyler. His last time he did drive on a pad, he did finish P9. That was in the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal back in season 4. So a great entry that one was for Tyler Davison. That is Tim Wenting, gone to 4th on his return to Haas Formula 1. He has picked up 2 wins in his FVR career. Tim, a very quick driver, keep an eye on him. He started really well in season 4, won the Austrian Grand Prix, and won the British Grand Prix as well, that crazy British Grand Prix with Benjamin Bolwerk and Kai Elting having that race-long scrap with everyone and their mother getting involved in it at some point. It was an absolute cracking race. But he lets a Haas through there. No, he doesn't let a Haas through, he lets a Williams through, but very easy to get confused with the two, I'm sure. But we'll wait and see. The home hero, Juan Hernandez, not featuring on the racetrack yet, but I'm sure Juan will be up there this evening.
Juan traditionally does not appear out of the garage until a little later on, as he prefers to conserve some tyre sets for the race in case there is safety cars, which he can then use to his advantage. But
there was only one safety car in FVRA last night, which was surprising, so we're starting to see less of them, which is good, because a lot of the races last season we easily hit 5, and in one race before that, in season 5, we hit 6, which doesn't happen on the game. We genuinely were the first ever league race to have 6 safety cars, so get that in your record book, Guinness. But anyways, back to the racing action. We believe Juan Hernandez, he is out on track now. Is there anyone to go on a lap? Clyde Glennon's going on a lap. Brendan, will we go through this one?
Yep, so heading down towards turn 1, you can make a dive here, prime overtaking spot. Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez could tell you that. And out 2, and then long round 3, as they're getting outside line. See, if you can keep on the inside in battling, it helps. Now turn 4, also a good opportunity if you can gain through 3. Now 5, this is where it gets to the very much single file, and a little bit slower as you're not really pushing the car through high speed. And then 4 near through 7 and 8. Pick the right line, otherwise you will spin off. Now 9, you're maxing out the revs at some point. Is just make sure the car sticks. Now into turn 10, this has been reprofiled. It makes it a bit quicker and a little bit nicer to drive around. Now here we're coming up to 11 and 12. So, and here to 13. So you can use a bit of curb there to help open up the corner. 14, 15, the chicane. Installed up 2006. Not many people like it, but it is there. And you have to do it. Now up to the line, it is P6 for Chloe Glennon.
Not a bad effort, and just a disclaimer, if you do think Chloe is not helping the environment with that revving and the fuel economy, that's just an audio glitch. The car is not actually revving that much, because you would have no fuel by the end of the race if those were the lines you were taking. There goes Jack Redmond to 5th, and Brendan, has something happened?
Chloe Glennon has lost the rear of the car, turn 3, no damage, but probably a bruised ego.
Thomas Main goes to the top 16.9, first man to break into the 116s.
Avesta's had an off at turn 9.
Oh, Avesta's had an off as well. Avesta did score a podium last week. There was a lot of gravel on those tyres. He will have to get those fixed. Juan Hernandez into the final sector, but Tyler Davison going to cross the line to start a representative lap. That one will be Juan Hernandez into the final sector, entering the final 2 corners, which numbers I don't know as I am trying to flick through my notebook while commentating at this time, but rounds the final corner
16.
and across the line. Here comes Juan Hernandez. At his home Grand Prix, he goes to 4th behind his teammate Jake Marsh, a substantial amount behind his teammate Jake Marsh. Seems like it's a 3-horse race up the front for now, but Juan Hernandez will hopefully give the Montemelo crowd something to cheer about. Tyler Davison is on another run. Let's see how the Red Bull can do.
Well, Juan Hernandez and Jake Marsh are doing their best Leclerc and Sainz impression this season in terms of qualifying pace. As Tyler, you can see that the effect.
Oh, he's around.
Pad. Oh, yep. That's what happens when you go back onto the pad, folks. It's not a welcoming experience.
Tyler Davison has the nicest Formula 1 wheel you can get. That money can buy you. But unfortunately it doesn't work. So he unfortunately is back on the pad this evening. But he's running a Max Verstappen helmet, which means he can spin and he'll still win. But we go to Liam Houseman, who's just in front of him in the track. Please don't tell me of Verstappen's mistakes. I've lived through them once, Brendan. It is absolutely enough. Jake Marsh goes to 2nd for Scuderia Ferrari. Liam Houseman will cross the line now. He will improve by 1.7 seconds, but it is still 14 seconds off the pace. Not a representative time for Liam Houseman. Borbune entering the final sector. We'll see what he can do as he rounds through turn 14 and 15. It's an validated lap time for Borbune. We'll see Tim Wentink, his teammate Tim, making his return, of course, as we've stated, making his return to another Ferrari powered car. Drove for Alfa Romeo where he picked up his career victories, but here comes Tim Wentink down towards turn number 10, the reprofiled turn number 10. Locks the brakes on entry, but short shifting up to 4th gear, revving absolute maximum out of the car as he rounds this right hander, which feels a lot nicer in this game than it did on F1 2021, entering a quick flick to the right, and now this really tight chicane, which I find a lot nicer in these 2022 cars. I don't know how Tim Wentink is finding it, but he revs it out of the final corner, flat in a Formula 1 car, not flat on a bike, but this is a Formula 1 car, so he goes to 4th, and I believe that may be one of the Alpines off. It was Adrian Teich who was off. Jake Marsh entering the pit lane, his teammate Juan Hernandez in the pit lane. No Ferraris on pole just yet. Juan would love to be that Ferrari on pole, as the Vestico Badi is on an outlap. Bill Nowick pushing, although he is 12 seconds down in the middle sector. Thomas is back out on track again for his 3rd representative lap time. He might be going for 4 here. And Aaron McFall slow in the final sector. He's building up for a launch here, I think. Or is he going to enter the pit lane? No, he's going for another lap. So we'll see what the Alfa Romeo can do. We do apologise about the revving when we go on board with the car, but there's not much we can do. Unfortunately, this game doesn't work a lot of the time, and that is something you will discover. But here comes Aaron McFall, 10 towards turn number 1. Aaron, P2 in Austria. It was a really great result for Aaron to pick up a podium in the first race of the season. Aaron is the driver who's either very much on it or very much off it. He'll want to be very much on it here in the Circuit of Barcelona. Entering into turn number 4. Clips a bit of the curb there. That's kind of what you want to do. It's a good line through there for Aaron McFall as he enters down in towards turn number 5, and then it is a kink to the left for turn number 6. It's flat out, there's no issues there, and there is a McLaren gone off. In sector number 1, I believe it is Sjord Walbers who has gone off there. The Dutchman making his debut tonight in the McLaren of Legend Rosenborg. Big shoes to fill. Aaron McFall's invalid there. Wobble over the curb of turn 9, and that has sent him off, and it has sent him invalidating his lap time. Thomas Main pushing through sector 1. That's Bill Nowick who's gone on the entry to turn 6, I believe. We'll go on board with Sjord to see. Oh no, sorry. George actually said a purple sector too. It was Lewis McWilliam who made the mistake in the first sector. We'll stick on board with Walbers and see what he can do as he entering into the final sector. Quick flick to the right, and it is the 2 chicanes.
I do believe that is a glitch in sector 2 though.
He was 5 tenths up to be fair, so we'll have to wait and see.
No. I don't think it is because it took 17.5.
Yeah, it's a 17.5, but it's P5, so it's not a bad lap for Short there to get the time in. We'll see what Thomas Main can do. He's purple in the middle sector. That one is for sure. That's a 51.2 in the middle sector. It's Thomas Main entering up towards the right-hander. Again, do apologise for the constant revving, but there's not much we can do. We have an off-board shot now of the Mercedes Petronas Ineos AMG. I don't know the full name of the team.
Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1
yeah,
team.
it wasn't far off, let's be real. As here comes Thomas Main to the line, 16.7, absolutely brilliant lap for the Belgian of Thomas Main. He goes to the top, and Lewis McWilliam is finishing sector 1. It's a purple time, not sure how legit that is, but he needs to find 0.2 of a second as Thomas has actually left the session there. He has left the session. He can get back in, it's on friends only, but he can't get back in for sure. We'll see. Lewis McWilliam as he rounding up towards turn number 9. Let's see how he takes it. Oh, it's barely even a lift for Lewis McWilliam, flying through there. Lots of grip on board the McLaren and lots of confidence has the Scotsman, and he is improving. He's almost improving more than that time at Thomas Main. He needs to just find a little bit in this final sector.
Yeah, that would be all they really need. As Lewis wouldn't have time now to go back into the pit after this lap.
No, this is it. He's committing to it. This will be his final lap of the session as Lewis McWilliam has got across the line. Is it pole position? It absolutely is pole position. Excellent final sector for Lewis McWilliam. That is a really nice final sector. He was just off the lap of Thomas Main in the sector 2 sector split.
Thomas is in.
Thomas is back
he will
here.
Get one more chance.
He could go out for one more chance. Jake Marsh is out preparing for his final run. So is Tim Wenting. So is Clyde Glennon. Can she play a further part in this session? So is Aaron McFall. So is Sam Davison, who we haven't seen a lap time from yet. And so is Avestico Badi, who we have not seen a lap time from yet either. So those two could still play a part in this qualifying session.
Yeah, very much so. I knew it's still, at the moment, it seems to be a divide here between the top 7 and then the rest of the pack, although we do have to wait for Sam and Avesta to show their pace with their laps, of which they'll probably only get one shot at it as well, unless you back off at some point in your lap early enough to go around again. It's probably curtains if you don't get it right here.
Here we go, then Jake Marsh has invalidated his lap. He'll get time to go for another one. But Tim Wenting entering into turn number 1. Tim currently 5th, 8 tenths off the pole. Right to the curb there, and he's going to have to be really careful to turn 3. He didn't get the best entry to it, but he's flattened out. He has got a good line through there, entering turn number 4, braking just under the Fly Emirates Bridge. Hook the car into the right, take a bit of curve, and enter turn number 5. Tim Wenting, not a bad lap so far, but this has not been picture perfect for the Dutchman. We'll have to wait and see as he's entering in towards the left right now. You can cut that corner a lot, but you do run the risk of spinning it. He doesn't take too much risk. It's risk versus reward for Tim Wenting right now as he enters up towards the left hand corner of turn number 10. We see Liam Houseman, who has unfortunately disconnected. We see Lewis McWilliam, who is leaving it in the garage. His teammate got pole from the garage last week. He was not out on the circuit, but nobody could beat the mighty Dutchman, a legend Rosenberg. Can Tim Wenting become the mighty Dutchman? There's a lot of traffic on his lap here, but he's avoided it all into the final chicane and now entering the flat left-hander of the final corner of the circuit to Barcelona. Can Tim Wenting get pole on his return to Formula Virtual Racing? No, he can't. He'll go onto the second row. He'll go fourth. Jake Marsh is going to get another bite of the cherry as he enters his final run. Juan Hernandez is improving by 0.2 of a second. Yeah, absolutely, Brennan. He's on a bit of a run. Can Juan pull a shock? He needs a mighty final sector here if he wants to get the pole. Again, engine revving is not Juan, it is just an audio glitch. But here comes Juan Hernandez down towards the new reprofile corner. Liam Houseman's back with us, he's in the game chat. That's how we can tell. Juan, big lock up entering turn 10. This could cost them some crucial time as there is 3/10 of a second up. He can gain a lot of time in this final sector. Juan Hernandez, he's a really quick driver. He's trying to put on a show for his home crowd here in Barcelona. Lives in Las Palmas, but he is a man of a Barcelona nature. Supports the club, just like Brendan alongside me. But here comes Juan Hernandez to the line. Can he do it for Spain? No, he'll only go to 6th. It is no improvement there. Thomas Main cannot improve on his time, and neither can Jake Marsh. And I think for the second week running, and McLaren is going to take pole from the garage here. Unbelievable for Lewis McWilliam. Avesta Bali can only go to 7th. That is enough for him. Walbers is improving by 0.2 of a second. This could be enough to put him in front of Juan, actually. He could get himself a place on the 3rd row if this lap is good enough for Walbers, making his debut for the McLaren team. We'll see as he enters in towards the final few corners. Final chicane to go here. We'll see what he can do. There is an improvement. It's Borbune who's put himself in the top 10, just like he does a lot in the race. He's qualified in the top 10 this week. What about Walbers? He goes to 5th. Really impressive effort there. And the only person on time now is Glennon. Where can she go? Can she improve? Improvement, but no positional improvement. Sam Davis has taken a more extreme line. He's taken the MotoGP layout and he's binned it around the final corner. That is qualifying, folks. Lewis McWilliam is on top and takes another pole position.
Samson managed to beat his car. Yes, you can actually beat your car in this game, and Sam has managed to do it.
Well done, Sam Davis. He has... Yeah, he's beached his car.
I think you might... Oh, disqualified.
Sam Davis will be starting from 16th place, meaning Liam Houseman will qualify 15 seconds off pole and not be last. He's beached his car. Sam Davis has beached his car. Make that your headline, Mr. Newspapers. But Sam Davis, yeah, his brother was in the comments as well, so hello Kyle. I'm sure that was a spectacle to witness. But in terms of actual qualifying, impressive stuff for Lewis McWilliam. He takes pole with a 16.5. Excellent lap by the Scotsman, but it's Thomas Main on the front row alongside him. Jake Marsh in 3rd, followed by Tim Wenting in 4th on his return. Very good lap for him. Sejurd Walbers in 5th with an impressive debut appearance. It is the experienced Jack Redmond in 6th place. Juan Hernandez will start 7th, followed by Avesta Gobadi in 8th. Interesting 4th row there. That'll be exciting to see. Aaron McFall in 9th and Borbune in 10th. Clay Glennon 11th. Tyler Davison in 12th. A very interesting row that one is, with Adrian Teich in 13th, and followed by his North American friend Bill Nowick in 14th. And then it is an all Dutch back row of Liam Houseman and Sam Davis, who beached himself in qualifying. I hope you all heard how perfectly I cued that to the F1 team. That was... Oh, I like when I do that. But anyways, Brendan, who wins the Spanish Grand Prix?
Well, it's on there now. Lewis has said to me here earlier this week that in these next 3 races he'd be aiming for 3 podiums, of which at least one of them should be a win. So that is his target, as he's aimed to take advantage of Legend being absent to make up some ground and maybe even get ahead of his Dutch teammate before he comes back around for maybe round 4 or 5.
Yeah, there's a lot of people missing, so guys do want to take advantage of it. They definitely want... We could see a shock winner here this evening, folks. Maybe we could see Sam from the back. Who knows? We will have to wait and see. But it is an exciting spectacle nevertheless. We did not have formation lap last week. we will have formation lap this week, folks. They seemingly have fixed the issues, and I say that with a bit of optimism, because I don't really know. It was okay last night in Formula Virtual Racing Academy.
Yeah.
We got underway all cleanly. Hopefully we can get a similar situation tonight. The strategy is going to be a really interesting one here, because the hard tyres do not heat up at all. They are incredibly difficult to heat up.
And the top 5 just went with hard. So,
the top 5 have all gone hard. Jack Redmond's going to be really quick off the line in 6th. Juan Hernandez hards in 7th. The Vestico Badi mediums in 8th. Aaron McFall gone for the hards, with Borbune gone for the softs. He is going to be a rocket on the opening lap of this Grand Prix. Craig Lennon on the mediums. Tyler Davison on the hards. Adrian Tyson on the mediums. Bill Nowick going for the softs. He'll be a rocket on the start as well. Keep an eye on Bill Nowick, folks, from the back. And then our 2 back markers.
I believe Aaron McFall has spun.
I believe Aaron McFall has spun. Yes, he has. But his Alfa Romeo teammate will start 15th, with Sam Davison in 16th. An interesting spectacle ahead of us. Guy starting 11th, and real shot at points here. Good pace on board Nat Williams, with Leila Lombardi, the only woman to score points in Formula 1. Craig Lennon, the only woman to score a podium in FVR. Leila Lombardi scored a top 6 finish to pick half a point up in the Spanish Grand Prix back in 1975. That was at the very dangerous Montjuic, and the only reason it was a half a point was, unfortunately, the race did not go full race distance due to a hefty collision. McCloy will be looking to pick up some points this evening, and there is a real shot of doing so I'd keep an eye on that Williams in the later stages of the Grand Prix. But Lewis McWilliam, the Scotsman, has not won since season 5 in a fellow Spanish speaking country of Mexico. It will be an interesting one here to see, can he pick up the win.
Well, so now, obviously, hard medium, I think, in my opinion, is the better strategy rather than medium hard, in my opinion, because the hard tires be more equipped for the long run once you warm them up. The hard tires are a very good tire to have around here, and if you can have the mediums in the second stint, it could really help us. Tim Wentic has failed to park correctly, so that'll be a couple of meters lost for him on the start. Yeah, of course, you have to park yourself on the formation lap now, and that's Glenna gone as well. But please let me know if my audio is okay in the comments, because it's been a bit here as there on the microphone. But here we go, folks. Sam Davison lined us up on the grid as we're going to wait for 5 lights to go out. You have to park yourself, and it seems like almost everybody has did a good job of that. I hope we go issue free here. I don't think we will, though. Oh, no.
Oh, they said not to turn formation lap on, and I listened. And maybe I should not have. But we are waiting on the grid to get ready to go.
It could take a couple of seconds here.
Sam is not confident at all. I wouldn't be after beaching my car in qualifying. We're going to hope we can stay going here.
Oh no.
We're going to restart, folks, I believe. I'm being blamed by all the drivers, which is fantastic, but oh well, we'll have to restart here, folks, I believe. Yeah, we're going to go for a restart here, folks, which unfortunately believes this stream will have to end very briefly. We do hope you can join us back in a few moments' time, as we will get going hopefully shortly. We're on a red flag because of an issue on the grid. We'll get going soon, folks. Make sure to join us back in a few moments' time. When the host leaves, it works. It's a glitch. Oh, thank you, Kyle, for letting me know, but we will be doing a restart. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in with us. We'll be back in a few moments' time.